All right, just good to bounce back from last week's performance, and thought our guys responded the way I hoped they would and the way I saw them practice all week and how we executed. So just really proud of our team. You know, it's a thing that we take care of business, our non-conference schedule, and then now get ready to play the rest of our season in conference play. So very important for us to run the football better today, continue to improve our defense, and got a pick six, which is, those are hard to get and fun to get. So really, we're excited for Cam for that, but the pressure caused that. And really defense, the only points they gave up were off that, our first initial fumble and held to a field goal. So really, they were 3 of 14 on fourth downs, and we were 8 on third downs, and we were 8 for 10. So just did a good job of establishing some things that we needed to do and executing properly and getting a very important win for us. So they're all important, but taking care of business and the team that we needed to, and that's what you do, and now you get ready to move forward into conference play. So questions?
John and Zach.
Have you gotten any update on Coy Cronk and how much?
We'll know for sure. It doesn't look good, you know, so we'll find out once we get all the information back. But yeah, it could be a tough one.
Zach and then Matt.
Just to follow up on that briefly, I mean, did he have to like go to the hospital or anything, or is he still here? Kind of.
No, they did the
immediate treatment.
Yeah, they did. They looked at him here. They're going to do some more evaluations. So he's on one of those little scooter things, you know. So, but obviously you saw it with his ankle. So, but yeah, it could be it could be tough. We'll know probably more here in a few hours. So, but yeah, he's just, man. I love that kid. Man, he's just so tough. He's given so much to this place. So I hope, you know, it's not the end of the season. But you know, bottom line is that you know, we got a chance to play a couple other guys, and Matt Bedford got to play there in the fourth quarter, and you know, guys got to step up. You know, so part of it.
Matt and Jeff.
As a two-part question, one, when Cronk went out and you saw that the whole team could go over to him, and what does Cronk mean to this team, and what is it going to be like not having a guy that you've had for so long as your reliable starting left tackle going into Big Ten play?
Well, first of all, the answer to the first question, what does he mean? I mean, you saw by the way the team responded. You know, it's rare that happens like that. Just, you know, he started ever since he's been here. You know, he came in when I got here. You know, so he was in that initial class that when I was hired at DC. So we started together, and so just got a special relationship. And I think even just this last, you know, several months, you know, just with the situation with his grandpa and all that really we got even closer. You know, so he means a lot to our program, and he always will, no matter what the situation is. But bottom line is he's one of our captains, he's one of our leaders, and it's definitely going to hurt losing him. If that's the case, but if that is, then you know, other guys got to rise up. You know, it's part of recruiting, it's part of depth, it's part of what you got to do. So I think this team loves him, he loves this team, and he'll always be a special part of the deal.
Jeff and Jim.
What kind of lift has Peyton Hendershot given you so far through 4 games?
You know, he's just other than fumbling the ball, you know, he's really done well.
Sure.
You know, the thing about it is that and I will continue to say this, and I want us to continue to do a great job recruiting tight ends here, because it's the one position that you need him to run the football, and you need him to really enhance your pass game. You know, they just put so much pressure on the defense, and a big long guy like that can do both. It's athletic enough in space and then physical enough to block. I mean, I thought his blocking's been excellent the last few weeks, and when even going through and watching all the practice reps that I watched, that's one thing that stuck out to me this week was his blocking. You know. And so, and I know Kalen loves using those tight ends, you know, and that's one thing that we talked about when he interviewed with me about it was his system. And I watched it. He had a tight end last year caught like 52 balls, you know, from where he came from. So, just really feel like that position puts a lot of stress, because it's the run game conflict that those safeties and linebackers get put in that you're usually going to match up on a guy in that position. So we just, it's a position that we have a lot of value in and need to keep recruiting guys that can run and catch and block, and so he's definitely a special player.
Jim and Peaks.
Kind of a two-part too, Coach. Offensively, you have to be very happy with the consistency. You got 5 scoring drives where you average 10 plays and 75 yards a drive. The only caveat being no really big plays coming out of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it was, you know, the starting position was tough. You know, a couple of those were set up by some unfortunate penalties on our special teams, and but the offense responded. They were very systematic, and you know, Peyton was extremely accurate, and that's what he does really, really well. So you got to play to his strength. You know, you want to create those big plays. It makes it easier for sure to score in chunks. You know, we want to continue to to try to create those, but at the same time, you know, you got to do what your team does well, you know, and so but this whole thing here, this whole process, we continue to, you know, evaluate, you know, Michael and his situation, and obviously Peyton is extremely talented and is a great leader and led us to another win. So he's done that many times. So we got two guys that I really strongly believe in that have played at a high level. So I just think that the execution was very impressive. But I'm telling you, it's exactly how we looked on Wednesday and Thursday this week in practice. So you play like you practice.
Peaks and Kevin.
You went with Devondre Love a little bit because of Coy and then Matthew Bedford. What are your options there, and did you like their play?
Well, first of all, you know, if you notice we've not played Matt. That was his first time going, and so you always kind of go through and, you know, you think about it this way. He's a true freshman, and Coy is a rarity. I mean, for a guy to come and play on the offensive line as a true freshman, it's not even so much the physical part. That's one component that's really hard, but it's the mental part. I mean, there's, like I was talking, I met with Matt actually yesterday, just going through things, because it can be a lot of things. Because you got one play you have called, and you have no idea what the defense is going to do, really. I mean, they could line up and play what they line up in. They could shift, they could stem, they could move after the snap, and they could do something that was totally unprepared, you know, planned for. So they got to be ready for all that stuff. And so that's been hard, you know. So we were trying to bring him along slowly, and I thought he had a great practice on Tuesday, talking about Bedford, and then he struggled on Wednesday, you know. And then we said, hey, we're going to try and put him in the fourth quarter once we got to halftime. And so he played, and then so now he's obviously going to have to play. So to me, the red shirt's gone, okay? Because basically, if Coy can't come back, the red shirt's got to be gone, you know. So to me, that's the mindset I would have. And so I'm not bashful to say that, because we got to have our guys ready to go, and we got to have depth there. Guys got to play and all that kind of thing. So if that's the case, then that's what we got to do. So bottom line is that we got some guys that need to step up. But if this is what it's going to be, then other guys around, you know, the offensive side of football got to elevate their level of play. And that's the case with any time somebody goes down that you've relied on for so long. So once we know that and figure that out, then we'll go ahead and plan for moving forward. So, but it's, you know, like I said, I hate injuries. They're tough, but at the same time, you know, other guys got to, you know, step up and fill the void.
Kevin and Matt Weaver.
Coach, first touchdown drive, I think we're 6 runs, 3 passes, the ability to kind of stick with it and establish it, just how important was that?
It was, because we talked about, you know, even last week, you know, if you run the ball and then you throw it on second down and you don't get what you want there, then you're looking at third and long, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We found ourselves in those situations way too many times. Whereas if you run the ball on first and second down and get 2 yards, now you're looking at third and 6. That's way better odds of converting than third and 10. You know, so to me, it was just more of a commitment to make sure we're going to keep running that football. You know, it doesn't mean you're averaging 5 yards carry all the time. You might get 2 and 3 yards, but 2 and 3 yards, those things add up to get third and mediums, which are way more easy to convert than the third and long. So just the commitment to doing that for sure. And but we're going to have to. I mean, shoot, Michigan State's defense their run defense is really good. You know, so So that's just kind of, you know, life in the Big Ten. So we got to be able to balance that out and be able to keep people off balance. So, but that's what we plan to do today. We were able to do it today, and that was encouraging to see.
Matt and Taylor.
Kind of off that, Coach, but I know the offensive line has been kind of a point of emphasis. 180 yards today, 4.5 yards of carry without your anchor for most of the game. And Coy, how pleased are you with how they performed today?
Well, very, because I felt like that. You know, it's hard to compare sometimes, but I thought this team was better than Ball. I thought they were better than Ball State when I watched them on film. You know, and that's just me saying that. So I knew we had to play well against these guys, and I thought their quarterback could do some good things if he could handle our pressure, and that was tough on him. And he's a freshman. So, but you look at it as a team, and you go through those different things. So, and I looked at how they played against Illinois, a Big Ten opponent, and we have some kind of commonalities with all that. So I just felt like that with all that being said, and even without Coy for most of the game, you know, we did some good things that we needed to do. And it was very important for this to be this way. And like I said, I didn't, you know, rant and rave all week. We just challenged our guys and stuck to the process of what we believe in. And we've recruited well, and we just got to keep getting better. And all we got to do is we just put all our energy into that one game each week. That's all we do. Focus on one team, 1 week, everything we can do to win that game, and that's all we focus on. And that's the way it's going to be the rest of the season. So just take it one at a time. And I thought our guys, you know, just really proud of the way they responded. They got rewarded with a good performance, which is great.
Taylor and then John.
Coach, you talked about run fits on defense. You really emphasizing this week during practice. You guys allowed 51 rushing yards today. Was there any one thing that you felt clicked with the defense during practice this week, or was it kind of you know, it was a
Yeah, well, if I had to pinpoint one thing, I think that, you know, we purposely made some adjustments schematically, you know, just some things that I, you know, just said this is what we're going to do. And sometimes, you know, you forget how young we are in defense sometimes. I mean, sometimes I forget, you know, and the guys that we have in there, and it's just, you got to make sure they're executing everything. And then when you throw in some tempo things at times last week, and it kind of made it even worse, I thought. So just kind of back to basics, back to just absolutely just investing so much time in run fits and tackling. I mean, that's all we worked on, and simplified some things, made some changes in some things, and just said they are not running. I think they had less than 3 yards a play, but obviously, you know, only 50 yards rushing. So that's what you want to be able to do. And I just feel like that, you know, we knew we had to do that, and we got to keep working on some things up front and with our backers. But they're a young group, but they're I think a very hungry group, and they were upset too. I mean, they were disappointed and very frustrated by how they performed last week. So challenged them with that, and really, you know, I went to both groups individually, the offensive side of football separately, defensive side of football separately, and just challenged them about how we're going to play this game. And they responded, you know, so that to me is encouraging. But like I said, I expect them to. And when I was asked last week about how I thought our team would respond, I said, well, I can't wait to see. I'm excited about their response because I believe it was going to be the right way. So now we got to take that momentum and carry it into a tough road game up in East Lansing. So, but we'll just enjoy this one here today and then get to work tomorrow on the Spartans.
John, last one.
You talked about the energy that Cam Jones put into rehab. I mean, did you see him transfer that onto the field?
No question, because when you work that hard to get back, that is it's infectious. I mean, even today, the energy out on the field, what he plays with, he's so athletic. I mean, he should have had another pick. You know, I thought he was going to get another one, but he's probably our most athletic guy in that part of the field for sure. Definitely at linebacker, but he can play safety. You know, he's that athletic. You know, so really versatile guy. And you may remember this when he first committed to us. He was committed to us as a wide receiver. You know, so that's the position that we thought he was going to play when he first got here. You know, so that to me tells you he played defensive end, wildcat quarterback, wide receiver, safety. He never played linebacker in high school, you know, so he's still young at the position. But yeah, his passion for wanting, he was so passionate about getting back on that field and wanted to play against, you know, Ohio State last week. And that just, it carries over into his preparation, because you don't just turn on, turn it off. That's who he is. So he's going to focus, whatever he's doing, that's how he's going to attack it. So that's how he was raised. That's the kind of young man we brought here. He's the same way about academic. He's just an awesome young man that does everything we ask him to do, and he's also very gifted. So it's a great combination.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Have a great day, Elio.